All right, everybody, we're going to keep this nice and simple today. This is just a quick update on the Neo indicator, the trading system, and how fantastic it is for you to be able to even catch day trades with this. So, in the last couple of videos, you've been noticing that I've been breaking down this table here, which is the multi-time frame table. And this gives us a perspective on seeing where structure is from the higher time frame to the lower time frames. I've decided to change my monthly time frame to a 2 week chart, and I've got a weekly chart, a daily chart, and a 4 hour chart. And what this is doing here is it shows me when highs and lows are formed on the 2 week chart, on the weekly chart, the daily chart, and the 4 hour chart, and when support and resistance is doing the same on those same time frames. Now, with the update that I'll more than likely release today, this actually shows you something what I like to call a peak formation high or a peak formation low. And why this is fantastic is because every single time there's a strong support or resistance, you can now see it pop up here to give you an indication. And this is when it has just formed both of these support and resistance together. So this gives you a good idea that price action could be buying or selling in that day, depending on obviously what time frame you're looking at. I've got mine set to the daily chart. The peak formations will appear on any one of these columns here, sorry. And you can actually set this to any time frame you want. So you can change the market structure one, which is the highs and lows, to whatever time frames you want. And you can change the support and resistance to whatever time frames you want. It's completely up to you, but I prefer to use these ones. And what I've noticed more than anything is there's a very good shift in the market that tends to happen between, I would say, from Tuesday to Thursday, but better off from Wednesday going through to Friday. When you do see price action basically creating a peak formation low or a peak formation high on a daily time frame. Again, this is the update that will be out from today. So it literally takes me 5 minutes to add the update to everybody that has this paid for indicator. You just have to literally remove Neo from your chart. So you'll remove this indicator from your chart. You can literally just highlight it and press backspace and it'll delete. And then you just re-add it from your invite onlys. I've got a installation video as well to show you how to install Neo once you do obviously purchase the product. So yeah, what's fantastic about this is that pretty much as soon as you get this type of setup closing from a Tuesday, I've noticed that the market tends to push what we like to call a midweek reversal. And if you pay attention to pricing, you can see it started from Monday, it went down, then Tuesday it started to reverse. So the continuation of this move is basically locked in from here. So similar to how we've been using the FVG breakout table, and this all comes as one indicator, this one here. Once you have this on your chart, this will also be there. You can literally see the continuations on the move. So like on on AUD USD, on the pullback to this FVG, you can see that this was a nice little, let's just put it there. This was about 32 pip scalp buy trade. Now, yes, this can keep buying. It can pretty much buy to this resistance. We can see multi-time frame resistance also on the chart, and it's actually lined out on the chart for you. So you can change these lines to rectangle zones or lines as well in the settings. But it just looks a lot more cleaner if you do have the lines on your chart. And I think you'll buy up to right this daily resistance up here, to be fair. So this is AUD USD, and I just wanted to go over some other pairs as well, just so you guys and girls can see how it's very easy to find the setup. So when you're seeing this sell zone line and the buy zone line, Neo does not create that. What I literally did is I went into the VIP chat the night before just to show you guys and girls. I will actually put that chart on my screen. Give me a second. Boom, boom, boom. Just give me 1 second, guys and girls. Move some stuff out of the way. All right, cool. Telegram. All right, cool. So here you can see straight away from here, sorry. You can see that this is what I posted for all of the members in the paid for VIP group. And this was just me literally showing everybody what trades can do a certain type of maneuver, whether it's a buy or sell. And this was literally just based on what I'm reading from the table. So you can see like this is CAD CHF. It's actually selling as well. I haven't even gone back to that one yet. There's CAD JPY as well. So I'm even going to go between these just to show you. But you can see I put all of them in here, basically. Basically, I put all of them in here. I've even explained the drawdown trade I'm in on GBP CAD as well, just to be transparent for traders. And I'm in drawdown because I entered it before the table had actually appeared because I had an appointment to go to. It was a hospital appointment, nothing crazy, people. I had a hospital appointment to go to. So I entered before, which was silly because I didn't have enough time basically to enter on all of my accounts. So all the information is there, literally there. So when you watch the video, you can just read exactly what I put there anyway. And yes, we can see here there's other pairs, and I even explained about the midweek reversal. So boom, you can see literally this was a previous uh, trade that happened on Neo that gave the confirmation for the buy on NAS. And this is a 4-hour time frame, guys and girls. This isn't a 15-minute chart. Look how long that buy was. That's enough to make you rich for the year, that buy. And Neo picked this up as well, just to let you know. So yeah, I've marked out all of these on there. I just wanted to show you that it is before I've actually put it in the group. These are trade ideas here. These are not signals. All my signals I actually put in this chat here. And these are ones where I give out full signals when you've got Neo as well, and trades that I also take, and it's all here. I'm telling people to whether to buy or sell in here. So part of the VIP group, you do get that as well. Okay, so let's go back over to Trading View. So get this ball rolling, boom. So there's CAD JPY, you can see already is selling. And one thing I've noticed with this, which is pretty cool, is that all you have to literally do, let's just use the long and short tool because some people might be confused. Remember, I've told people several times, and I told you about the gold trade as well. When you have these type of setups, if you wait for the turncoat break on the 4-hour time frame, because that's our lowest time frame, so that's our entry time frame, you can now get a setup. And what they tend to do is a massive move through it. You can literally set a pending order on it. What I have noticed is that when you have like an FEG that's appeared, or any type of, even if you've got like a breakout FEG, price action doesn't really tend to break higher than the FVG most times. And if it doesn't mean the trade's a losing trade, like it's just a losing trade. They might just spike it a little bit, but most times I've noticed they don't actually go higher than the FVG that pushes out price to break this turn coat level. So if you entered like this to this is already a 2.25 trade. Do you understand? Obviously, if you want to be safer, put your stop loss at the last high or low. You can see there was obviously a high here. So boom, but you can see this is how simple the trading setup is. And you can literally set a pending order like that. So you can add your pending sell order here, your stop loss at this last high, and then obviously you take it to whichever take profit levels you want. There was a low here that price action's almost got towards now. And there's obviously another low down here as well, which is why I just marked out to make it easier for people. But you can see it's just as simple as that. So we can go over to CAD JP, CAD CHF. Okay. And you can see the same thing happened here. Price action's breaking this sell zone line. And again, obviously, you've got to take profit levels. You've got to take profit level here, where there was a low before this candle. There was a low there, boom. And you've got another, obviously, take profit level down here. And you've got even the daily support down here. But look again at the daily chart as well. This one's a peak formation high. So you're looking for sells. So all of these appeared as soon as the market opened today, which is Wednesday. So you'd see all of these. So all I did is go through individually, have all my pairs on my watch list like this. I just went through individually to find all these pairs. So another one here is, I believe it's Euro USD. Let's just go to 4-hour chart. Yeah, so Euro USD as well. Boom. So Euro USD has a possible buy from here. You can see, so as soon as this candle is broke through now, this is giving us a buy, a possible buy in this trade. I just want to see if there was a turn code here. Tuesday, Wednesday. No, so yeah, boom. So you're entering Euro USD. Yeah, there is no turncoat yet. The turncoat is here. This is why I never actually mapped it as a trade idea. So I saw that the possible where the turncoat could break is far away. But again, just to show you the strength of it, when you had this higher low form here in the market, so this a higher low is what I'm trying to say, in the 4-hour, this is when this would have turned to one. And this was giving you the indication that you could be getting in Euro USD for the buy. So it'd be interesting to see if this continues to buy as well, guys and girls. It'd be interesting. But look, that's Euro USD. Let's go to another pair. We've done that one. We've done that one. We're trying to go through to them. Give me a second. There was USD CHF as well, which was in there. You can see here, look, boom. to USD CHF. And what's the same thing that you see there, guys and girls? Look at the table. But remember, this happened before this move happened. This table was like this, literally giving you the idea of a trade setup. When price action was selling through, now you would get this one here. The turncoat area was right here. As you can see, that's why the sell zone line is there. That's where the white line is. So you can see straight away you could add your pending order there. But as soon as the market had opened, it had already crossed that line. So I was telling them in the group that, yeah, price can literally just sell. But you can even witness how price action, if I'm lying, I'm flying, guys and girls. I set this all up for a reason. Look, boom. Price action went to retest it, similar to what you saw on gold. That is the sell zone line. And then boom. That was literally like, if you entered here, this was ridiculous, guys and girls. If you've got this one, look, boom. Imagine you missed it at first, or you entered straight away. Your stop loss was above here. This is a crazy, what is this already? This is a 5R trade with a 13 pip stop loss for a day trade. Literally, this is what I explained in the last, in my second to last video. There's an inner working in the market. So there's an inner movement in the market that has to shift price up and down. And then there's the bigger move, like what you saw on NAS 100, which I've shown you, which the bigger move is what I try to trade together with the inner move. So I have a lot of accounts I'm managing. But if you want to scalp/day trade, this is the best way to do it with Neo, where you just pay attention to when the market flips and reverses. And like I said, in the new update, you're going to be able to see it when it says peak formation high and peak formation low, which will give you the indication that a brand new lower high or lower low or higher high or higher low has formed with 1 bar ago, and the resistance has formed with 1 bar ago. This will give you the same peak formation high on every single time frame here when it does that individual setup, basically giving you an indication that a strong support or resistance pretty much has appeared on whatever time frame you set each one of these rows to. It will happen. So what we pay attention to again is the daily time frame. So it gives you an indication of the midweek reversal, which is absolutely epic. Couldn't make this up at all, guys and girls. This is fantastic. Hello, Pikachu. I'm just going through the trade ideas that I gave out today just to show people the power of Neo. So yeah, so that's USD CHF. Look at USD JPY as well. USD JPY, boom. So this one didn't have its turncoat entry, but that's fine because as soon as the market opened, you'll see when it loads up the indicator. This indicator is reading a lot of data, so that's why it can take a few seconds to load. So you can imagine, you can see the data it's reading. Again, if I'm lying, I'm flying, guys and girls. Look, boom. The daily peak formation high. The day opened up from here. Boom. As soon as the day opened up from here, it's already giving you an entry. So you've already got a 4-hour FVG. You literally could have done the same thing. This is what I've noticed. Boom. Straight away here, stop loss here. Above this FVG, 50 pips. And right now you'd be in 3.5 R for 176 pip trade. These are all trades I posted before this move had occurred. I want everybody to understand that. And it wasn't even from there. It was actually from here. Boom. It was actually more. It's a 4.7. So, and only a 39 pip stop loss. Again, this was all before, based on the fact that I'm just waiting for this to appear, this daily setup that gives you a peak formation high or peak formation low. Again, I'm going to make it clear that for anyone that watches the video, when I release the next update, you're all going to get this. But it's not like you can't see it anyway, because you can already just see when it has 1 bar here and 1 bar there. The only difference is that this just makes it more clear for you guys and girls to be able to see that it's right there on the chart, basically. As you can see, this is what happened with the weeklies, well, the 2-week setup here. Okay, so we can see that right now we are in a higher time frame buy. Currently, what we're seeing is a daily pullback in that higher time frame buy. So when this flips back around again to buys, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be able to tell that, oh, we're in a higher time frame buy. If this flips around, we're going to be able to go into a higher time back. We're going to be able to buy back up the higher time frame buy that we've seen previously. So just imagine it flipping over. Like, you know, when they flip over those, like, I'm trying to think of it. Like, the only way I can put in the UK is when you put the McDonald's and you go through the drive-through of the McDonald's, and when they've got the breakfast, it flips over that little machine to show you the menu. And then when it goes to the normal McDonald's meals, they flip it back over. So that's literally what it's like. It's like just flipping over, basically. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. And it's really that simple. The only thing I suggest you do is you just literally wait for and I make this clear again. It's better to wait for Tuesday to Wednesday. And what I've noticed is even waiting for Tuesday to close, and then anything that flips over like this from Tuesday is pretty much going to lock in that trend. And if you, again, I have to say this all the time because people think I'm just saying things for the sake of it. I will make multiple videos, and I'm putting this clear as day. I'll make multiple videos showing you this simple setup, even if the video is just 5 minutes, and be like, look again, look again, look again. Because it's been doing this for like 4 weeks now. It's not something that's new. It's been doing this, but I've managed to find a way to show you guys and girls the pattern or a simple method of how to spot which pairs are doing it, basically. I think the only other thing is that you just have to use your brain to understand that the midweek reversal only happens from pretty much a Tuesday to a Thursday. So, like I said, if you actually just wait, you can try and get the Tuesday, but you can get the wrong entry in that, I would say. It's better to just wait for Tuesday to close, and then anything that appears from Wednesday onwards, there's a very good chance. I would honestly say there's an 8 to 9 out of 10 chance you're going to win a trade, literally. And that's no lie. Again, you can go back test this yourself if you purchase Neo, and you'll see it, and you'll see how accurate it is. Cool. So what other pairs is there? Let's just see before I forget. Boom, 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 boom. It's the CAD. Yes, the CAD wasn't that. So I think that was all the pairs that I had that were to do something. Yeah, so these are all the ones that appeared like this. If I've missed one, it's cool, but I've just shown you the idea of it. Does anybody have any questions based on what I've just said so far? I don't know what's happening to them at the moment. It's just a pullback, man. You just gotta wait. You gotta wait, Pikachu. This is CHF pairs, man. They're a load of rubbish most times. They're just a load of rubbish. You just gotta wait. They don't move that much. They just don't move that much. That's why I didn't want to trade it, and that's why I wanted to trade. Um, what I wanted to trade. That's why I traded GBP CAD as well. I don't really like ADCHF, CAD CHF, all those pairs. They move really slow, and again, they've got small pip range. Their pip range on a daily basis is like 30. It's not 30. It's about 45 pips, whereas GBP CAD is like probably 120. They don't really move that much, so it takes a big news move. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the signal trade here. You're just waiting. So if price action manages to just literally go back down, and then you just got to wait for it to flip around. If it finds another higher low here and a support, it will just continue to go up. But once it breaks this turncoat, it's just going to break and retest and continue. Literally, guys and girls, it's just going to do that. You just got to wait for it. That's it. Remember, it's a swing trade, people. So you can't be too fast, Not everything's just going to fly into profit. You just got to wait. And it's because it's broke the daily turncoat, which is down here. So in theory, it probably hasn't even broke and retested on this daily yet. Let's see. Okay, no, it has. It broke. It broke and retested yesterday. That's the big push you got. So right now it's trying to gear up some more for the next break and retest, which is based on the 4 hour now. Literally, it's there. Boom, boom, boom. So that's what's happening with that. Let's go here. What's about gold? What's about gold? What's happening with gold? I don't know in what aspect you're asking me about gold. Are you asking me what is gold gonna do next? Are you asking me because we're in a signal on a short on gold right now, a little scalp trade? What are you asking me when it comes to gold? Like, yeah, we're just waiting for the short. That's it. Just waiting for it, mate. It's a signal. Like, just don't overcomplicate it, people. Don't overcomplicate it. We're just waiting. It's either it wins or it loses. It's a scalp trade, scalp to day trade. There's no major reason as to why gold was in that short. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, apart from the fact that gold is already selling. We can already see gold is selling. You don't need to remember, what our TP levels like here, people. What breakdown of analysis can I give you on TP levels like here? Our stop loss was like here, and our TP levels like here. I don't know what you want me to I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to break down on that trade. If he was gonna win, he was gonna lose, my friend. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry. It's such a small trade. I'm sorry. It's so tiny. You understand? The only way to break that down, you have to start going down to like the 1 minute, bro. I don't trade like that. I said that as well. All those trades in there, I've said it a few times now. My brother's the one that sorts out the trades there. I swing trade, I don't scalp. I barely day trade. It's only if the trade goes off in one go, but I swing trade. So I don't do that. So you'd have to go down. See, the only way to make it make sense, you have to start going down to the 1 minute and start saying, yeah, 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 it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. But then I would have to change all of this to different time frames. So just let it do what it does. That thing, it works, man. The group works. Whatever my brother's doing, I said, listen, bro, just do what you're doing, and it works. And the trades win more than they lose. All the histories. I don't know when you joined Marvin, but all the trades are there in it, so you can go back and you can go check it. Literally, like it's all there for you to check all the previous trades in the group. So it's just one of those things. You just got to wait for it. Like out of nowhere, it could just go boom and hit TP, and it's happened so many times out of the trades. We'll get some that just do this, and then out of nowhere, you would just go to the toilet, to ease yourself, and then before you know, the trades just hit take profit. This is why I told people to join the trade copier, so then you've got no stresses. It's either it wins or it loses. Simple. So if you want to get into that, just let me know. May I ask a question? But yeah, of course you can. Of course you can ask right the indicator settings, mate. But technically gold is telling us that it can buy based on this, so it's a peak formation low. So again, we're only in a small scalp sell, so it's not really nothing to be too scared of, unless they start to buy immediately from now, which is a bit annoying because we had a buy yesterday, it lost, and now it's pulled back, and then now it wants to buy again. But this is telling us gold it should midweek reverse and buy. So if gold does buy, this is a good one right now, just to show you. Remember, I trade the higher time frames on Neo. If gold does buy, Neo has told you it's going to buy before it's bought. Everyone that watches this video, I want them to see this. The daily time frame has told you right here. The coding I've done with my eyes red like a gargoyle at this screen. My eyes are red. Yeah, Neo has told you it's gonna buy before it does. If this thing buys. Pikachu, what question do you want to ask, mate? I don't want to make this Zoom too long in it because people are not obviously watching the content apart from the people that actually purchase Neo because for some reason they think, I don't know, people want to see you jumping off a plane and telling you, this is how I swing trade, jumping off a plane with a parachute, rather than the real actual points of the information. It's the FEG table indicator in its settings. If you switch off show plot time frame. Yeah, the chart will get squeezed. I'm not too sure what that is, but it doesn't matter. Even if you switch it off, it just happened now with gold. Look, when I go to the 1 minute chart with gold, you're talking. It does this basically. This is what you're saying in it. This is what you're talking about, Pikachu. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you go to show or not. It will do this anyway. But yeah, look, is this what you're talking about? Yeah. No, you don't have to uncheck them. Just go over to your price over here on the right, and then all you have to do is either double click it, just squeeze it up. Obviously, this is a 1 minute time frame, so it's going to be ridiculously small. But even if it does it on like a 4 hour chart, you can see now it's mad big. I just double click here on the price and I just zoom in. That's it. It's because there's loads of indicators. You see what it is? It's because the time frame indicators is trying to show you them. So it's squeezing price to show you them. That's why. Do you understand? So unless you switched everything off, it won't do it. Basically. But yeah, you just literally go to your price numbers on the right and just make your stuff look better. You know, you got to do. You know, that's it. Any other questions, people? Any other questions? Yeah, that's why it's squeezing, mate. That's why it's squeezing. It's squeezing because it's trying to show you information, but obviously the chart only has so much real estate on it. So it can't, so it squeezes it, but you have to unsqueeze it by moving price on the right of your where the price numbers are. Cool. Any other questions, people? Like that's how simple it is. Again, We're going to pay attention to gold if it buys. So this is an example. This is a good one for everyone on gold right now. Boom. So if gold is going to continue to buy, we already caught that sell, so I can get rid of that now. Yeah. If gold is going to continue to buy, and this is why it's good for people to watch my Zoom, because if they don't, they miss out. Yeah. Boom. If it's going to continue to buy, again, hopefully it just does a little sell and hits our take profit level. But if it is going to continue to buy, Neo shows you information that is fantastic for you. Because look, boom, it shows you straight away here. Here's your buy zone line. So the buy zone line is 3265 basically, 3265.1. And you could literally put a pending order on that level if you wanted to now. Because again, the daily level is here telling us that it's looking for buys now. We're in a midweek reversal buy. That's what they flipped it to. This is why this is so great. If you wait, again, what did I say? Wait for Tuesday to Wednesday. Whenever they flip it, and I say, if you really and truly, if you're patient enough to wait to Wednesday, this is when they flip this on Wednesday. So they flip this on Wednesday now. So literally, it's telling us that they're trying to put in a midweek reversal for a buy on price action. So again, it's got one higher low bar here, which is great, but we haven't got 4 hour support yet. So when it doesn't match up these two columns, yeah, I tell you to wait for the turncoat break. So you're waiting for price action to literally, hold on, waiting for it to buy. It's going to break out, retest, and then continue up to wherever it needs to go to, basically. You understand? Obviously, you've got 4 hour liquidity here. But guys and girls, I shouldn't, unless you're an absolute beginner, you should know where to take profits. Don't overcomplicate your life. Like, take your money if it looks good. I can literally show you, but I'm just like, these are things that unless you're an absolute beginner, you should know that, oh, this is good enough for me to take my money because this was the last high. If they're going to go anywhere from this break based on a 4 hour chart, they will go towards 3347. That's where they should head towards if it's going back up. You understand? If you like to stress yourself, Andy, that's you. I like to keep my hairline, mate. I like to keep my hairline. I don't want to lose my hairline. I'm going strong in my 30s with a nice clean hairline. Still looking like I'm 25. I'm good. So yeah, that's basically the ideas of it all. Do you understand? Literally the idea. Neo's telling you to comply, but obviously because we have not got a higher low plus a support, if we had a higher low plus a support, I'd have been like, yeah, bingo. And why I'm saying this to you guys and girls, look, exactly what we're seeing here. So if it breaks this turncoat, this is what they're waiting for, then that means they're more than likely trying to go up. But obviously, if they just melt it down, then this is probably failing this daily. But if they also break this turncoat with this peak formation high, it literally is telling you they're putting in a buy trade. I'm not saying they're going to buy all the way back up to the moon. They might only decide to buy to like here and then reverse it back down. But you're still going to catch some type of buy trade, is what I'm telling you. But look here, just to show everybody that I'm not fabricating this stuff again, we go to the last buy. You know? So yes, I'm giving gold analysis for everyone. Yeah, I'll put that one in the groups after. But look here, boom. Can you see? This is what you call oily. This is very oily. Johnson's oily. You see this? Yeah, very, very oily. Look at that table. See that? Muy bueno. Muy bueno. This, yeah, this is telling you. As soon as if you see it like that, notice the turncoat this time would be here, this green line. Yeah. But when you see it like this, you pretty much don't have to wait for the turncoat break because look, you see this double peak, you've got double peak formation low, double bubble. You see? And then boom, what happens now? So you enter here, look, you see morning. I'm trying to show you morning, guys and girls. Morning. Yeah, you want to see the morning? I show you the morning if you want to see the morning. Okay, well, you enter here, stop loss below here. This white line or this gray line. You've got two stop loss levels that price is showing you here. You've got a 4 hour support or a daily support. Put a stop loss below here. See this morning. TP again at the next 4 hour. You've got a TP level here. That's not even a one-to-one. So you've got a TP level up here. See it? 2.7R. Boom, boom, boom. Look at the morning, guys. You see how powerful the move was when you had that flip. The only thing is this was Monday. You see? So that was the only thing that was sketchy about that move, especially even for me. But when you get a double bubble like that, there's a good chance that it's going to fly. You see? So if you see that double bubble set up like that by Wednesday, there's like a 9.9% chance the trade will do what you just saw here. When you see it like this on a Monday, I'm not saying you can't take the trades, even if you see it on a Tuesday. But I'm just saying that obviously if you lose the trade, you obviously know why, because it's like they haven't locked in the high or the low of the week, is what I'm trying to tell you. They haven't locked it in yet. That's what happens. So you'll see when this changes again, notice when it changes back over now. Yeah, during the week. Boom. Look how high they went with that as well. They went ridiculously high. That was a flip. That was a 7 hour trade. Neo entered you in a 7 hour trade. Are you listening to what I'm telling you, guys and girls? You have room to fail because you were in a 7 hour trade. Does anyone understand what I just showed you there? But at the blink of an eye. Yeah, he was in a 7 hour trade. All right, cool. Now, yeah, we go over to this one. Boom, boom, boom. We move forward. Now pay attention to the daily roll on that table at the bottom. Can you see? Boom. You see you see this, you see yeah? Look, boom. When it got to this point here, this is exactly again where I gave out the signal. I'm showing you guys it goes again. Why did I give out the signal? Look at this? Exactly what it did here for the buy, apart from the 4 hour time frame, but exactly what it did here on the daily. I said, oh, so they've locked in the high of the week now, more than likely peak formation high. Is it making sense? Peak formation low, peak formation high. Do you understand? Boom. I'm like, they've locked in the high of the week. All right, cool. I've given everyone the signal for the sell now. So imagine we could have literally have taken that signal for that buy. Then we've literally said, okay, long position, short position, boom. Now, why did I say wait for the turncoat break? Yeah. Even here, when was this? Boom. So yeah, why did I say wait for the turncoat break? We don't have the 4 hour peak formation high. So I said, okay, on this one here, wait for the turncoat break, just to be extra sure. And the turncoat break isn't too far away. It's right where price is. So I'm like, wait for the turncoat break. You can have your stop loss above here. Once price action breaks there, your stop loss is above here. And then you take price all the way down to these lows here. Well, yeah. And then we fast forward it. Boom. Price action went all the way. When it did break through here, boom, you've got your entry, your continuation, and boom, continued again the next week going in. Muy bueno. You can see people, and your take profit was here, right here. So just missed that final take profit, but I mean, come on, if you didn't close your trade at this point, I don't know what else you're looking for. Literally, because you got like a 3.6 trade set up there. Boom. Can you see? Same thing. You see how simple that was, guys and girls? Like, let me know in the chat if that was simple. Let me know if I'm just making stuff up or I'm just fabricating. But can you see how simple that was, guys and girls? The only time you literally need to use your brain is just thinking, that's it. The only time you need to use your brain is that, are we in Tuesday? Are we in Wednesday? And I'm pretty sure everyone can tell the date. Yeah, that's literally what you have to do. Other than that, Neo's telling you when to enter and do everything else. Like realistically, obviously, if you're a beginner, stop loss might be difficult for people. Take profit, I get it, but that's the whole point of joining the VIP so you can get mentorship. If you're not aware of how to do that, but other than that, if you're already been trading for 2-3 years, you're familiar with stop loss, take profit. Boom. That what is the stress? Is what I'm trying to tell you guys and girls. There is no stress. You just wait for I would say the best time is to wait for the Wednesday. But if you get lucky, you can get the Tuesday one right because it will show the daily peak formation high or low. And you could be right in a trade for a swing trade. Let's say you could be in a swing trade for the week, even all the way to the Friday. But if you wait for the Wednesday, by the Wednesday, there's a very good chance they will do a peak formation high or low on certain pairs. And you've got the right setup if you follow it through when the entry appears. So, yeah. That's it, guys and girls. So now what can we see on gold here? Boom. Again, where are we? We're on Wednesday. And we can see this on the table when it loads up. Boom, boom, boom. Just wait for the table to load. Boom. We see it again. You see? But what happened here? Again, we don't have two peak formation lows here. We don't have the daily and the 4 hour. So you're not looking to enter now. If it did it with this W1 here, that would have been great. Then you'd have been like, yeah, I would have been like, boom. Even the sell trading gold, I would have told everyone that, boy, it doesn't even look like this might sell, this might just buy. Do you get it? But it could still, even if it had it, obviously it's a small scalp for it, so it could just spike literally lower and then boom, go back up. Do you get it? But yeah, long story short, why? Because we've got this resistance here and not a support, 1 bar ago. We're waiting for the turncoat break. So all you have to do is wait for this turncoat to get broken, which is this green line here. And then we just put a buy line there, boom. And we're just waiting for the break and the retest. So let's see what happens, guys and girls. If it goes down and comes up, breaks and retests. But if it breaks lower, than these levels here, then it's probably just going to keep selling. It probably won't even buy up. Because that's what you're waiting for. That's what turncoats are. It's literally in a range right now. And these levels, when they get broken, it's telling you when it's going to break out and continue down or break out and continue up. That's it. This is why you're patient. And Nia will tell you when this happens. And if not, even if it didn't appear here, you've got the lines on the chart to show you once you just learn the system. All right, any other questions people got, guys and girls? I've just given you a free analysis on gold, literally. Free analysis. Let me just draw this here for some people. So you've got a buy position on gold like this. When it breaks through that level, and you might as well take it all the way up to the liquidity level here. It's about 1.5 R trade on a possible buy on gold. So that is a buy. Any other question, guys and girls? Let me know. Any questions? See what who is doing. The pagan. Just lingering. This table is not looking too, oily right now. It's looking very rusty, this table. But I do suspect they still want to sell this. This is where my sell entry is, imagine. And it was just because of my appointment. Like I said, transparency, always. So I'm not telling you that you're not going to make human errors. I made a human error here, but I did have good belief based on me following this price action for the last, we caught a sell trade from here. So I've been following the sell from pretty much from a month ago. That when's the sell pending. So by the time it's come into line, more into line here, boom. Can you see? This is why I say this is a good example to show you all, just to show you of a failing trade. So you can see Tuesday, but realistically, it never failed. You can see here, boom, point this out here, right here. So this is why I looked to enter it yesterday. So obviously I had an appointment to go to, but I'm expecting for it to go to this level. But for me to be able to enter pending orders on the amount of accounts that I manage, it would have took too long. I would have missed it. And I would have been in an appointment and would have been screwed. So you might as well call a spade a spade. It's fear of missing out. So instead of me just actually waiting to see if it hit this level, I didn't. Again, that's what it was supposed to do. If it went down here, it would have broke, retest, and continued. But they used fundamentals to obviously not break this level, reverse and shift it up. Even though we had this peak formation on the daily, on the Tuesday, they decided to go up. You see? And this is what we're currently seeing on it. So I'm just trying to show you how powerful it is when price gets into that range and creates what you could be looking for. So now we're seeing a very strong looking buy continuation here at the moment. We've got a turncoat. But what I've noticed is that because it's like they're trying to get this sell coming in, we do have a weekly resistance that's holding some sort of way, but they could break this one as well. I'm not going to lie, this is only like 20 pips away. I've seen them breaking up above on the turncoats for the daily and coming back down, up above and coming back down, and coming back down. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to shift price action up a little bit more, and then they're going to do one aggressive 2-3 day sell all the way back down, basically, something like that. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell, guys and girls. There's obviously a lot of liquidity at this level here. I could see how big that sell was from there. So only time will tell, guys and girls. Nothing you can do. So if I take the L or I hold it out, right now I'm holding. If I take the L, I just wait for some other trades and nicer setups. This was my rush. Shouldn't have rushed this trade, but hey, this is what happens when you rush trade sometimes, just to show people. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but again, as you can see, there's way more winners than there is losers. You just have to be patient. Again, any questions that people have? Any questions at all? Any questions? All right, cool. If no one's got no questions, I'm just going to leave it there. I just wanted to show people the update of how it looks when you get the inner workings of the market. So when you do get the peak formation on the daily during the week and how price action can progress from there. So you can see how these moves do occur. So right now I need some news, but there's GBP news tomorrow. I just got to hope GBP news is a reversal. It's got to be negative. I need negative GBP news. Negative, negative. Yes, we don't want positive, we want negative. Let's see. All right, yeah, cool. All right, guys and girls, again, I'll leave it there. I'll see you all in the VIP group. Let me know if you got anything you need to say. It's all good. Message me if you want to get into Neo. Information will be in the description below. I'll leave it there. See you later. Peace.